Denny, you guys are running as open teams now. What's the outlook for that? And are you concerned that with Reddick's clause in his contract that he could potentially be lured away by another team?
I don't have any direct comment to that. All I can tell you, and this will just be my blanket answer for all questions about this, is that if you want answers, you want to understand why this is all happening, come December 1st. You'll get the answers that you're looking for, and all will be exposed.
We'll come down here to the right.
Denny, Derek Forrest, CW, right here in the front. You've got a couple of top 10 finishes at next week's track, the Brickyard 400. Can you just speak to the nostalgia of that track and what's kind of your strategy when you think of that race?
Yeah, just so much history at that track. Just the close calls I've had at that one. That's kind of the last big major win that I don't have on my resume. Just leading with 6 to go, blowing a tire. Back in 2020, just so many close calls. And so just one that I'm ultimately highly motivated to run really well at. It's always also been kind of a showcase of driver, team, engine department, just kind of everything. You don't see a whole lot of surprises there. There's been some, but not a whole lot. Maybe a little bit more in the next gen era because it, qualifying means more, track position means more than it ever has. But generally speaking, nothing takes away from the prestige of the actual of winning at that track. That's just something that is very, very special. The facilities have so much history that you just can't take away. No matter what the circumstances or how you win it, you just can't take away from the prestige of winning at the Brickyard.
We'll go to Trenton and then to Dan.
Denny, Trenton Worsham of Frontstretch.com. Last year you called your shot to win this race on your podcast. How are you feeling this week? Do you have that confidence that you can go out there and do it again? I know you're always confident with whatever track you're at, but do you still feel special with that? And how do you feel this once in 2025 tire is going to happen for Dover this weekend?
Yeah, that's the only kind of kink in the chink in the armor, I guess, for where's your confidence lay, is that, we do have a different tire combination. I feel like we've done a really good job of adapting to that and understanding kind of this is the same tire we've had at a few of the intermediates. But overall, I'm very confident. I feel as though since I've changed my style of driving at this track over the last 6 to 7 years, it's worked with all kinds of tires and cars. So, yes, still very confident.
We'll come here in the middle to Dan and then over to Danielle.
Danielle Snippy. Is there anything that's happened that's made you second guess this decision to go go with the lawsuit or anything like that? I mean,
not a chance.
No. And I guess it's not a concern right now, but you may have to run against 41 cars or more. Have you guys talked about what you might? Is there anything you would have to do differently? Anything you would have to adjust if that circumstance comes up?
December 1st is all that matters. Mark your calendar.
And just the last one. I mean, how much? I mean, this is a pretty big deal. I mean, is it a big? I don't know if distraction is the right word, but I mean, is it a big focus of your time? You should be doing other things, driving.
I'd love to be doing other things. I got a lot going on, but when I get in the car here in a few minutes, nothing else is going to matter other than that. I always give my team 100%. I always prepare, whether I have side jobs, side hustles, more kids, that all matters, but I always give my team all the time that they need to make sure that when I strap in, I'm 100% committed.
We'll go here to Danielle.
Danielle Trotta, NASCAR on TNT. Denny, to that point, was there a meeting at the shop this week at 2311? Meeting, running is open, any message delivered to the guys at all?
No.
We'll come over here to the right. And then back in the middle to Cole.
Denny, the JGR success here, the team's won the last 2 years. Last year you had a 1-3 finish. Your wins, Martin's wins in his career. Is there anything you can share to the secret of the sauce that's made Gibbs Racing fairly successful at this track?
Well, I think good cars mean a fair amount of it. And the second is probably I was really blessed with having Martin Truex as a teammate. He was exceptional at this racetrack and really the gold standard. Kind of as Jimmy's success started to tail off, like he was the next guy in line that every time he came here, you're gonna have to battle him for race wins. So early in my career, just studying Jimmy. Late in my career, studying Martin. Those two guys are the ones that I've changed my style to, and it's been better.
We'll come here in the middle to Cole.
Cole Cusimano with the Arizona Republic. Denny, you're firmly in contention for the regular season title. Bonus points aside, how important would it be to get this achievement at this point in your career?
Yeah, it's important. It's something that everyone, all the guys that are in contention are really striving for. I mean, it's something that it's an accomplishment we all would like to have. Obviously, it didn't take precedence over, birth of my son. If the regular season is all I cared about, I wouldn't have missed that race. But family it's changed my priorities a little bit on that. But yeah, it is one of the, I don't know if it's another like crown jewel, but it's certainly a crowning accomplishment that we have in our series now that rewards big sample sizes. And I think that's why that people would view it pretty highly, is that if you look at the guys that have won it, it's been the guys that have dominated for the first 26 races of the season. There's been no flukes, been no accidental winners. It's the biggest sample size we have in the sport, so that's why I think it's the most legitimate.
We'll come right here in the middle.
And Brett McMillan from PRN. Denny, you mentioned a couple times a few years ago you changed your style. Can you put into words how you changed your style or what you've changed it to here?
Not really. I don't want to give anything away. It's so hard to win these things anyway, but much less when if you go out there and you tell everyone what to do. I'm the one that spent hours and hours and hours looking at all the information, all the data, all the video to change the way I approached this racetrack. And the easiest way to put it is, while it looks like a very normal oval, it does not drive like one, and you cannot approach it that way.
Go ahead.
I'm Dropper Motorsports today. Denny, you can make an argument that, and not even an argument, for in-season challenge. That was your iteration last season through Atkins detrimental. So how do you feel that this season, the last few races have gone in NASCAR's implementation of what could be said your idea?
Yeah, I think it's been successful. I think it was unfortunate, right? You probably had, a lot of all the top seeds get knocked out, pretty early in it. But overall, I thought the implementation of it has been good. I thought the press around it has been good. I mean, obviously, we're talking about guys, none of the 8 had even won a race this year. And so, while it was kind of a unfortunate thing to kind of knock out your top seeds and guys that people were probably counting to keep their bracket going, I think overall it's been great for the storyline of the drivers that are still in it, and it will matter. I think the only, if I were in charge, right, it's just tweaking the tracks that it is. I mean, even your finale next week, you're not going to have side-by-side battle of your head-to-head guys just because you're going to a track that we don't run side-by-side. So it's just refine kind of your schedule around, if you keep it, make sure you got these 5 racetracks that, could create a compelling thing to watch on TV. Because even if you have someone who's, next week your top 2 guys are running 8th to 10th, they might as well be a full track apart. Like, that's just such a huge buffer on a track like Indy. So overall, I think it's been a good success, and I'm glad that they did implement it.
And then also, you've talked extensively in the past just about the mental balance of being a team owner and a driver. With Reddick still in play to be able to get the $1 million, what are your thoughts just being on the track? Or is there anything you've talked to him about that maybe adjusts your thinking or strategy when you're in a race?
Well, I think Tyler probably knows that, it's probably as important to us as it is to him. He was able to win the driver's regular season last year, and that was a good accomplishment, right? It was a good milestone, for that team. So I think that he knows the importance of it, and he knows that we want to win it, and he certainly is highly motivated.
Appreciate it. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We'll take one last question from Lee.
Lee Spencer, SiriusXM NASCAR Radio and CatchFence.com. Can you just talk about the improvement that Tyler's made in the last 3 races? He's just best run he's had all season.
Yeah, he's closed in. I think he ended up. He's now passed me in points. I've had a bit of a rough go at it, but they're kind of doing what they were doing in the middle of the summer last year, where they made that run towards the regular season. Where, while their pace hasn't been elite, their finishing has been elite. So they're just executing well, getting the best finishes that they can out of their driver and their car on that day. And that's been the key for, really, truthfully, people like him and Chase Elliott. Making this little run here towards the regular season has really been largely due to them not beating themselves, and then the rest of us just stepping on it.
Major channel announcement. Do you love NASCAR coverage? Well, as part of Frontstretch building its platform, we're now offering an option for paid subscribers. For just $3.99 a month, you'll be rewarded with exclusive content you can't find anywhere else. Beyond the cockpit interviews as soon as they drop. More of the pit road and bullpen weekend content that keeps you coming back to see the who's who of NASCAR explain all of their on and off track conduct. We'll even be doing some Where Are They Now pieces, taking a look at former drivers and owners that made an impact on the sport. Want more direct contact with your favorite Frontstretch reporters? No problem. We'll give you a chance to communicate directly with monthly Q&As. Your questions are what drives us to find answers. That's why we're here. The best seat at the track and the best view on the net for all of your quality motorsports coverage. Come take the green flag with us.